Welcome to Washington East to West Sports. This is episode 131. I am Matt Beatty, joined alongside, as usual, by Sean Beatty, Kevin Ardall. If you want to get involved in the show, go ahead and blue sky at us. I'm at MasterB24. Sean is at NastyBilly22. Kevin is at Emerald Bowler on Blue Sky. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell us what you think in the comments below. It's just getting close to summer, gentlemen. It's a little bit light other than Mariners. So we do have a little bit of Seahawks. There was a schedule release. I don't know if you guys saw the video. I mean, it looked
Yeah,
kind of cool, but I didn't really watch it.
it was so
Um,
good.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it was really good.
nice. Well, they released the 2025 regular season schedule, and I will share it for the folks at home in case it isn't handy for you. So the Seahawks start off the season at home against the San Francisco 49ers, and then they go to Pittsburgh, and then they're home against New Orleans, and then at Arizona for Thursday night football, and that is September. And as you can see, the rest of the schedule here. So I'm gonna ask each of you, what did you think of the schedule? We already kind of knew we already knew who they were playing, but what did you think of how the schedule laid out? And let's go, which road game and which home game you would most like to attend if money is no object. So, Kevin, I'm gonna throw it to you first.
Oh, so yeah, no, the schedule is it's a schedule. Like it's we pretty much knew who we were playing, and honestly, I think it's fairly easy. I mean, there are some tough opponents in there, but not super easy, not super hard. Like, yeah,
I think
uh,
it's super easy, to be honest.
yeah. And there's always some teams that fucking come out of nowhere and surprise people. So,
Yeah,
but
you're
then
playing
there's also
17 games. You're going to play some hard teams, but I
yeah.
think in general,
Plus, there's always
that
going
looks
to be
really easy.
there's also going to be the New York game last year where like we're going to play down to our opponents too. So yeah, I do like the week 8 bye. I wanted something kind of between 8 and 12, and we got that, so that's really nice. Let's see, home game I'm looking forward to probably.
Here, you could think. I got him. I
You
got him.
got it? Go ahead,
Oh,
Sean.
go ahead.
Home is the Texans Monday night, and then actually the next one will be after the bye is the at Washington Commanders for Sunday night football. Honestly,
Oh,
those two
okay.
games because I'll spit it while Kevin's thinking. I think the toughest games, minus maybe those two, are going to be just the divisional games. The 49ers, how healthy they are, and then the Rams with how good that defense is. I think that's pretty much it, just in general. Like every other team we're playing, including those two teams, have major questions. Like the Vikings, like, yeah, they have a great coach and everything like that, but like, how good is JJ McCarthy? Is he like a Kenny Pickett or is it closer to a Brock Purdy? We don't know. We're gonna find out, and that could be like if it's Pickett, then like they're toast. So like we're playing a bunch of teams like Houston Texans is going to be a solid team. Commanders are going to regress because they're not going to get as fourth and third down lucky as they are this year. They're still going to be a solid team, I think, but that defense isn't very good. So I just think that like Pittsburgh has literally Mason Rudolph at quarterback. No team with that him is going to scare you. Like, right? Am I crazy there? Like, as good as that defense is, they're
There's
getting older.
still constant speculation about Aaron Rodgers, but I don't believe it at
But
all.
even
So,
then, Aaron Rodgers wasn't good last year. I mean, yes, he's better than Mason Rudolph, but he's not old Aaron Rodgers. He's not MVP
yeah,
Rodgers coming out of the
no,
tunnel anymore.
true.
Like, so like he's like slightly worse than Russell Wilson. Like at this point, like I'm just like, what am I? Like he gives them somewhat competent QB play, but it's not miles better than Mason Rudolph at this point. So it's just like the four toughest games might be the top two teams in the division, like the Rams and the 49ers. Like
Mhm.
it really might be. That's why I think it's a pretty easy schedule, all things considered. I think there's a lot of teams that like to Kevin's point, in maybe 2 years, if we play this schedule, it might be a lot different. Like the Saints in 2 years might look a lot different, probably a lot better. The Titans will be a lot better. I think the Falcons, if Michael Penix it turns around, and that team might be a lot better in 2 years. But right now, I don't think they're that challenging. Kevin's right. We'll lose a game or maybe even two that we should probably win. But like I said before, the best team in NFL loses at least 2 games every year, and they're the best team. So they should technically, if they're the best team, they should be undefeated, but they never do. So every team's going to lose 1 or 2 games they should win, and that's the goal is limit it to 1 or 2. Like don't let it be 4 or 5.
Yep. So away, I already kind of knew my away. I was just thinking at home. The away is the Commanders game. Yeah. And not only just because you know, their quarterback and if Bobby comes back. I don't know if they brought
He
Bobby back.
is. He is.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
he is.
And Dan Quinn and all those aspects. But the home game, yeah, I would probably say the Rams is probably the one
I
I
try
would.
to stay away from the division teams, but yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I get your
But
point though,
if
Kevin.
I'm not gonna do division teams, I'm actually kind of interested in the Bucks because the Bucks, like
Yeah, yeah.
Baker can throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, or he could throw for like a buck 50 and like 2 interceptions and no touchdowns.
It came
You
down to those
don't,
two for me. Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
don't know what Baker you're gonna get, and their defense is solid-ish. Like it wasn't what it used to be like during their Super Bowl run, but it's still they still got some pieces. So like
That
I
team is a very much a 9-8. Should win that division team.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it could be a trap game. Like they're a solid team. They
yeah,
still got good weapons, like I said, and then like I said, it just depends on what Baker Mayfield shows up,
yeah,
and if they can protect him, like, and if we can get after him, that too.
yeah.
But the only other one I would say possibly would be Pittsburgh, just because I know that DK Metcalf's gonna get booed the moment he walks out onto the field because 12s are stupid.
Well,
Um,
that's at Pittsburgh though.
oh, is it? Oh, it is at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Shit, never mind. Sorry.
He still might be booed by week 2.
Yeah,
Who knows?
he
Yeah,
might
I
be.
mean,
Yeah.
With
you
how much
might.
Seahawks Twitter hated him, I don't know why.
Who knows? You may have some 12s that might travel and you might hear some boos, type of deal. But yeah, the only other intriguing one would be that maybe the Minnesota game, just because like the whole Sam Darnold aspect and
They're a very well coached team too, and obviously,
yeah.
anytime you watch JJ play, that's really fun. Honestly,
And
like
their defense is solid. I don't think they're as good as what they were last year, but I think they're a solid defense.
they are. If JJ is Brock Purdy, I would put them in probably a Super Bowl contender in the NFC.
I mean, that
But
is a
that
tough
Maybe.
division.
Maybe.
That division's a fucking like
Yeah,
yeah.
but like let's put it this way: like the Bears are getting better, obviously, but I don't know if they're talented enough yet.
I think
The
the coach
Lions.
make them a little bit better, but
Oh
not.
no,
I
their
think
coaching will for sure. It's just like coaching can only make up for so much lack of talent. You know what I mean? Still, like they'll be a lot better, but like
I think
the
their
Lions will
coaching
be
can make
worse.
them a 500 team.
Yeah, but like the Lions will be worse. But they'll still be a good team for sure. But like the
Green Bay
Bears
is kind of the question mark.
and Packers will be good as well. But I think like again, like
You don't know what Jordan Love like. After he came back from being hurt, it was just like we're gonna run the ball, and then we're gonna run the ball, and then we're gonna run the ball.
but the trick that all of them don't have that the Vikings do is Justin Jefferson. Like that's the like if oh now I can't remember the rookie JJ
JJ
McCarthy
McCarthy.
comes out and is Brock Purdy. The other guys don't have Justin Jefferson. Like that's just it's a cheat code that you're just like when we all said that catch from the Buffalo game, like it's a cheat code. Like he is so much better than everybody else. It's just he's gonna elevate them. And like you said, Kevin, that defense is sneaky good, and their coach is very, very. I mean, he's a reigning coach of the year. Like he's a very good coach, great offensive mind. He's gonna get them ready. Just how good is JJ? If JJ's solid, they're a problem,
Yeah.
like a very real problem.
I'm gonna make mine quick since we got to move on here. But mine, I'm glad I didn't actually pick the ones that you wanted. For me, I want to see the Indianapolis game. I think that team, if it gets solid quarterback play, could be at least a playoff team. Who
That's
knows?
a capital IF, Matthew.
Yeah,
What
that's a
is
capital
happening?
IF, but
What is
a lot of these
happening?
things we're saying are capital IFs as well. So
I know,
I mean,
but like of all capital IFs, it's what is that room right now?
yeah,
Like
I mean,
what is that? What do
yeah.
you do? Well, I'm going to ask you, Matthew, legitimately. What?
I
Who
think
do
you
you play
start
quarterback?
Anthony Richardson, and then if it goes south, you put in Daniel Jones, and if it keeps going south, you move on from
No,
both of them and nuke it.
like legitimately. There's no. I don't have an answer. How long do you wait for Richardson this year? Like how many weeks do you
Uh,
give him?
I think if he gets, if they're like 3-6, I say you throw out
That
Daniel.
team is a super talented. I want to say like how many games if he plays bad, like because they might win some games or lose some games depending on how bad that team is. But like him, like if he's
I
bad for the first 5 games, you done.
I don't know if I'm done,
But
but
it's time to see.
the leash is much shorter at that point, I think. So
Okay,
we'll see how that shapes out, especially that's a December game, so we'll see
so
where
that
they're
could
at
be a
come
third
December.
stringer by week because if
That's
it's
true.
5 games and then you'll see Daniel Jones, he'll be benched. That might be a third stringer in week 15.
Maybe,
Like,
maybe. And
That's
then
also if he stays healthy too.
That's true.
I'm with you
He's
guys.
also, while he's been healthy, he hasn't been that great either. So, but yeah.
I'm with you guys on the Commanders if I'm going to go see a particular team, because I think that's going to be the most fun team to watch. If it's where I want to go, I am more interested in going to Atlanta. I think that would be a fun town to visit while also going to
Well,
see the
you didn't
Seahawks play
ask. Yeah,
Atlanta.
like I'm
I
not
know, I
obviously
know.
picking
I'm
sorry
basing I'm
Washington to
giving
go
two
visit
different
of all the
answers. But
towns.
if I'm picking a team that I am particular team to go see play, I would go see the Commanders. If I'm going for the city and also the stadium because
I,
Mercedes-Benz looks beautiful, so that would
I
be
wouldn't
nice
mind
to
going
see
to
again.
Tennessee to see
Tennessee would be
Tennessee.
cool, I think too.
I
I
hear
think that'd be a
Tennessee's
cool one.
nice. I hear Tennessee's nice.
I've been to Carolina Stadium, haven't been inside it though. That would probably be fun as well. So, those ones would be the
It's
ones. But
probably not bad Carolina that late in the year too, because of all the that's going to probably be the warmest,
yeah,
probably still.
true. Well, it'll be a good enough temperature to where I'm not dying out there, so that'll be
Yeah.
good. So, all right. Well, let us know what you think of the Seahawks schedule and which games you want to see. Go ahead and Blue Skies. I'm at MasterB24. Sean is at NastyPlay22. Kevin is at Emerald Bowler on Blue Sky. Subscribe to us. Let us know what you think of the topics that we talk about. Gentlemen, let us move on to the Seattle Mariners, and it's been pretty solid, at least in my view, of the since the last time we were on this podcast. Um, Most recently, the Mariners are currently playing, and what's the score? 7-1
7-1.
Seattle over the Washington Nationals in T-Mobile Park. Excuse me. They lost the most recent series 1-3 against the Houston Astros in Houston. They took 2 of 3 in Chicago against the White Sox, and they swept the Eddie Vedder Cup in San Diego. Previously, they played the New York Yankees and lost 2 of 3 and were swept by Toronto at home before that. So, Sean, what have you thought of the Seattle Mariners these past few weeks?
I'll go through it really quick. The Mariners should have won the first Toronto game. They got super unlucky with like 7 line drives that were caught. That's not exaggeration. 7. Um, that was the greatest defensive game I might have seen in recent memory. They should have lost 2 of 3 though, so they should have lost that one. The Yankees again should have lost 2 out of 3. But all things considered, the Yankees game they lose a 3-2 game in the last game. A coin flip could have gone either way at that point. Then they sweep the Padres, and none of them were really that close. They only allowed 1 run in every game against them. Total domination. White Sox, if the second game isn't a crazy rain delay / freaky thing, I think they sweep them. But like, it's a cold day, it's raining, and it's misting, and raining on and off, and it was just someone who's like, who's gonna score the first run, and that was basically the deciding thing, and they got the first run. That was it. And other than that, they took care of business. And then the Houston won the first game pretty handily. I think the Mariners won the second game pretty handily, and then the other two were coin flips. The Mariners are just kind of been getting unlucky with the coin flips, but I will say this: like when you're playing the better teams, coin flips tend not to go your way, and they got a little lucky earlier in the year, so I think their luck is kind of balancing out. But all things considered, I think since the last time we were there, they lost 3 series. Um, the Yankees at Houston, I think being pretty close. I mean, they literally lost the last game on Sunday in a walk off in the bottom of the ninth. So, and they lost 2-1 the day before. So, it like, and these are all, keep in mind, with we'll talk about later. 3 starting pitchers out. I mean, Kirby did come back during the Houston series, but coming back, so it's like they were very banged up and hanging in there a lot, beating the bad teams and sweeping San Diego. So I'm like Matthew. I think full healthy. We'll get to the injuries later. They probably win 2 of those 3 series they lost if they're fully ready to go. At least even more ready to go than they are now. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's going through a stretch. They still have almost a 1.5 game lead in the division. It's fine with me right now. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Just keep winning games. Beat Washington like you're supposed to.
Kevin, what have you thought?
Yeah, pretty much for the most part. I was gonna say I mean, with us winning that streak of series for pretty much like a month, like it wasn't going to last. Like and especially as we played better teams, like I knew we were going to probably have struggles, and we kind of mentioned in the last podcast that like with the Yankees, like I could easily see us losing the series. As long as we didn't get swept, that's the main thing. Like just don't get swept by it. Like you're going to lose the series here and there, but your goal is to try to win at least 2 out of every 3 series. Which I mean, with their stretch of what they had in, for that month, and then losing what we lost three out of the last four. Um, wait, no, no, we
No,
beat the
we
White Sox two out of the last.
two, two, three. So yeah, we're 2-3 in our last five series.
Yeah. So it kind of balanced itself out a little bit, but like I said, with the amount of injuries that we've been facing, and then pretty much what we now know with with Bryce pitching hurt too. That didn't. He was clearly hurt, and I think they just kept him going because they didn't want to. They're like, we can't lose another, and we have Kirby coming back, and then like at the moment that they knew like Kirby's coming back, they're like, okay, let's let him go down, like type of deal. So uh positives though, like the bats are still looking nice. We had this sexy guy named Senor Munoz who's fucking just shitting on kids. Pardon my language. He is just filthy. Yeah. So it's it's been nice to see. Like I said, we're still doing good stuff, and like sweeping the Padres is a really nice thing. Like they're a solid team. Um, not getting swept ourselves, I will take that every day, especially with the amount of injuries that we have. So now you just need to win the series and try to sweep, worse teams like the Nationals, like what we're doing now with Cal Raleigh hitting two bombs. Um, so just continue that going, and then oh yeah, Mr. Cal Raleigh, he's a sexy beast. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys, the injuries aren't great. I've been able to watch some games here and there, although I have been more into the NHL playoffs. Although if it's the Stanley Cup Finals, I think it is. Maybe I'll switch to a baseball season a little earlier because Canada versus Florida. I'm gonna take Canada, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. But anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
Canada all the way at that point.
yeah,
F
Canada all
F
the way at that
Florida.
point. Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. But uh, I've been able to watch some games here and there. I watched some of the San Diego games, watched some of these Houston games recently. Um, and it's a long season. So where they're at right now is great. 29-23 game up on the Astros right now. Solid position. So they're
It'll
gonna
be a game and a half if the game finishes today. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
game and a half.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Well,
Houston already won today. Yeah.
gotcha. So, I mean, just keep playing steady, keep winning these series. Obviously, 2-3 is not ideal, but also you've got yourselves a little bit of a cushion there. So, keep going, keep playing, and let's see how these players play out because, JP steps up at big times. Cal Raleigh keeps playing well. We've talked about Dylan Moore. Hasn't been as hot recently, but still playing
He has three
solid.
hits today.
Oh, he does? Yeah, well,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I also Cal Raleigh is like if Aaron Judge didn't exist, would be the MVP of the American League. Let's just not sell him short. He's the MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
thank goodness for Big Dumper because we need some dumps.
Julio's getting hot though too, so thank goodness Julio.
Julio's playing well. I did turn on the game. I think it was a couple days ago. No, yeah, a couple days ago on Sunday, and it was Randy Rosarina with runners at second and third, and he struck out, so that was kind of disappointing. But
He just made a
uh,
crazy good catch just now. There you
oh,
go.
yeah, all right.
Like we
Well,
were just now.
hey, make up for that runners in scoring position a couple days ago. But overall, yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing with the Mariners, and it's been nice to be able to watch some games, especially with the East Coast games being early and turning that on before any playoffs really start. So that's always fun. Let's talk about some of these injuries. So George Kirby made his debut on Thursday, and
Yep.
didn't get the win, but he is back in the lineup, and we'll give him some time to get back to Kirby form. We did talk about Bryce Miller, and the one I am curious to know more about, especially from a fantasy perspective, is Logan Gilbert. I know Logan is pitching. He competed in a simulated game ahead of Friday's game against the Astros, so that'll be great to get Logan back. But the Mariners' injuries, would you guys say they've been hit hard by the injury bug? What would you say, Sean?
I heard a podcast where they said, "Oh, they're not actually hit that hard." I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, anytime you lose three of your five starters, I would say it's pretty hard. Like, I get like maybe in grand scheme of things, like some teams are really banged up, but I think like anytime you lose that big of a percentage of your rotation, of the strength of your team, it's a pretty big deal. The updates just came out today. It looks like during this homestand, Bryce Miller will be back starting for the major league team. So we're talking number of days away. Looks like Logan Gilbert will throw in the minors. Matthew, here's your update. They said he's going to go report probably Thursday. Will pitch his first game on, I think, for Tacoma on Thursday. Might only need one game and then he'll be back. So basically, by this time next week, all five might be in the rotation or soon to be in rotation. And
First
Luke
time full
Raley,
strength all year, correct? That's
yes,
yeah.
because Kirby, why I'm giving Kirby a benefit of the doubt, he didn't even get a spring training. This was like he had his 3 minor league games and then was like, you're in the majors. And so he's like, that was basically his spring. He's still in spring training mode, like ramping up fully still. So I think it'll take Kirby a couple starts, but I'd rather see him in there not at full health than anybody else at this point. So because I trust Kirby in the long run. So I think, yeah, it's just a moment. They just need to survive this point. And then Luke Raley also positive news, should be back soon, much sooner rather than later. They're saying end of the month, early next month. So a couple weeks as well for Luke Raley. So they should be getting, knock on wood, much healthier, much quicker. So please nobody else get hurt while this is happening. But yeah, good things are coming when you get that. I call them the evil empire. All 5 are in rotation, and it's hard to beat. And also, me and Kevin talked about Logan Evans. He just went 8 innings today on 80 pitches, and his loader's ERA rate at 2.8. So I am okay if they want to go to a 6-man rotation and give Bryce Miller and these guys a little leeway and let Logan Evans keep working a little bit because it is working. Let him keep eating. He's got a sub-3 ERA in the majors. What are we doing? Like keep running him out there.
Yep.
Kevin, I got a question for you.
Rest these injured arms.
We talked last year about some of these batters like Rayleigh, Garver, Polanco. They weren't playing to the back of their baseball cards. Have they been playing to the back of their baseball cards this year? Or is there anyone you think that needs to step up their game at the plate so far this season?
Well, I mean, Polanco definitely has. I mean, he's cooled off a little bit, but I mean, for the first like month and a half, he was pretty much up there with Cowas, like putting Judge numbers up. But he's still solid. Mitch Garver, I'd have to look a little bit more at his stats, but I think he was injured for like a little bit too, but I don't think he's really putting up.
Mitch, people are mad at Mitch, but like all things considered, a backup catcher, he's been great.
Yeah.
Like he has a 650 OPS, which you're looking at, you're like, oh, that's not great. But I'm like, he's a backup catcher. His job is, and he's a solid defensive catcher. He doesn't screw up the pitchers when he comes in, and he's not an automatic out. Like 90% of backup catchers are in this league. He's not an automatic out. He's not a great bat, but like there are teams that start Mitch Garver as their starting catcher. He's our backup, so yeah. Like it's okay. I said like more, but it is okay as a backup catcher.
That's totally and I mean when your regular catcher is pretty much going for MVP as well, I think that's okay.
If he's our DH, that's a problem with Mitch Garver, but he's our backup catcher at this point, and that is fine. He is fine backup catcher.
Yep.
Because he's keeping the seat warm for somebody else. So we all know that.
Yep.
And then let's talk about the other move while we were away. The Mariners claimed Leody Taveras off of waivers, and I think I've seen him in a few games. Sean, is this move significant to you or nothing?
He's shown up a little bit, and he plays good defense. The question is going to become when Luke Raley's healthy, what is the plan with him? Because he's a left-handed hitting outfielder, which is Luke Raley's role. I think his time might be limited, but I just want to shoot Donovan Solano into the sun. So I'm hoping maybe they send him down and do anything. Maybe call Cole Young, which I don't know if you guys have seen, is like the last 28 games is like scorched earth on everybody. Like it's disgusting. So I know in my heart, or my heart says one thing, my head's like, leave him down there a little longer, let him keep working, let him keep doing his thing. But man, that dude is a billion degrees right now. So I just don't want to see Solano anymore. Like, so if we got to keep Luke Raley and have him play first and Taveras play outfield, sure, that's fine with me. Whatever you got to do. But like, I'm just worried they're going to send Taveras down because he hasn't been amazing, but he's been better than Solano. And it's not hard to be better than Solano. So he's been a nice addition. He's hit some big home runs at some timely when they needed him. So I would be more than willing. He's a great outfielder too. That more importantly, he plays great defense. If his bat's not there, he at least has a floor of great defense. So I'm okay with that. So
Mhm.
I would rather him stay and Solano go away.
Yep,
Would you agree, Kevin?
I would fully agree. Solano needs to just look at the flowers.
Exactly. Look at the flowers.
All right. Well, let's talk about the minor league update. Sean already mentioned Cole Young. Anyone else you guys want to mention? Kevin?
Yeah, yeah, there's a couple here. So yeah, just for a crazy ass stat for Mr. Cole Young in the last 20 games, 385, 478, 744 with 5 home runs, 24 runs, 18 RBIs, and 11 walks. Last 20 games. That man is just crapping on people. Uh,
Yeah.
doing some crazy stuff. Mr. Montez still being sexy in his last 8 games. He's got 3 home runs, 5 runs, 8 RBIs, and 4 walks. Hitting 379, 455, 724, 1.179. Um, Michael Arroyo's been pretty hot in the month of May, so that's nice to see some shortstop prospect, even though we have other ones too. And we had a kid hit the cycle 4 days ago. Kid in Modesto named Curtis Washington Jr. hit the cycle, even though the double was kind of on an error, I
Let it
think.
count. Let it ride. Yeah, let it ride. Give it to him.
I don't know what
Because
you're talking about, Kevin. It never
it was a
happened.
it was a short like pop up to like short center field and 3 people were going for it, and then the right fielder like called it and went and dived for it and totally just ate crap and didn't get it, and then he got to second. So I was like, all right, that works. But no, it was, yeah, impressive. So maybe something to keep an eye on. I mean, yeah, sure, it's Modesto, but still hitting the cycle is impressive.
Yeah.
It
The
Go
nuts.
watch Everett Aqua Sox. They have by the end of the year, they have that are gonna maybe be in the top 100. They have right now Colt Emerson, Laz Montez, and Johnny Formello in the top 100. They're probably gonna have Ty Pete get in there too. They're probably gonna have Michael Arroyo, who Kevin has talked about, and they have Durangelo as well. So they literally can have, let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six top 100 players on one team at the same time. So that is a team you need to watch. Also, uh, Durangelo has been very good recently. So it's nice to see him keep working.
Now, I've got a personal advice question here. Let's say that someone's girlfriend's parents want to go see a Rainiers game at some time this season.
Yeah.
Who on the Rainiers are players to watch? And obviously, this could change because of players being called up and stuff, but who on the Rainiers should you go and see if you're going to see a Tacoma Rainiers game?
Dollard as a starter. If you can make it to a Taylor Dollard start,
Okay.
he's the starter I'd most look forward to. The other ones are not, I would say, future long major leaguers. I don't know if Taylor Dollard is either, but at least he's the most of the hype because usually the big guys max out at Double A. They don't really get promoted to Triple A because Triple A is like a really hitters friendly area. So like Logan Gilbert only made one minor league start at there in his career, so they usually just skip it. But you got to look at Harry Ford and Cole Young, like Kevin said.
Okay.
Those are the two dudes. They're probably going to be 2, 3 in the lineup, 2, 3, maybe 4. Tyler Locklear too needs to get some love.
Yeah, yeah, first.
Um, the dude, he's like he needs to. I mean, I would be mad if he got called up and Solano got sent down. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So
I take
he
it.
plays first. So
Yeah.
those three are probably like the three guys that I'm like, okay, they could have some impact on the majors in the next couple of years.
All
So
right. Good to know.
eh, eh,
Good to
did
know.
I steal everybody, Kevin?
No, that's it. That's pretty much
Yeah.
that was who I had.
All right. Well, let us know what you think of the Seattle Mariners these past few weeks. Go ahead and blue sky us. I'm at MassB24. Sean is at NastyBilly22. Kevin is at Emerald Bowler on Blue Sky. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell us what you think in the comments below. We've got about 6 minutes left, gentlemen, and I want to get to a topic back to the NFL that I saw on ESPN.com from Brady Henderson. Seahawks monitoring ticket resellers might limit renewals. Wanted to get some quick takes on this. Kevin, what do you think of the Seahawks looking in and determining if some season ticket holders might not be getting renewals this
Bases
year.
loaded for Cal. They're trying to get him the third home run.
Do it.
Ooh.
Um, Essentially, it's good, but also I don't want to say bad, but I want to say sloppy. Um, because yes, the home field advantage has become kind of non-existent lately. We let people come and take over our field, and that shouldn't be a thing. But at the same time, too, like the Seahawks, their parameters on it of like are just so undefined at this point about what they're going to do. They need to have a little bit more clarification, and they need to think about it more. Um, the best, if you want like more clarification on it, I would say watch Norbcamp's video on. He kind of goes into a little bit more detail about the specifics of like what they have covered and what they haven't, to where like people are kind of like confused. It's a couple of season ticket holders are a little bit confused on like what parameters, like what if they're sick or what if they're stuck at work, like and they can't go, are they going to be punished for it, like type of deal. Because you can't go to every game, of course. And then yeah, of course, some of the the Niners and the Rams games are probably going to sell a little bit higher, or like the good teams are going to sell higher, ticket price. So you want to make a little bit more money off of it, of course. Um, but then he also like Seattle needs to do something kind of like what some fans have already started, like on Reddit, where like you sit like 12 sell to 12s,
Yeah.
uh, and have it to where, I mean, of course, somebody could go in there and try to fake themselves as a 12, but
There's only so much
Uh,
due diligence you can
And
do,
also
you
money
know.
talks if someone's offering you a better
But I mean,
offer.
sure, is it nice that they're wanting to put more 12s in there and have less? Yes, of course, because we want to have that advantage. Like we've all been there during those times, and it's been crazy. I mean, me and Sean were there when they broke the freaking sound record. My ears were bleeding damn near. Um, so yeah, yeah, it good and bad. Just need to be a little bit more thought out by the Seahawks and the NFL.
Sean, quick thoughts.
Same. Yeah, just I think that the Mariners should try in some reasonable way, like Kevin said, to try to limit the resellers, because there's people who just buy them for the
Oh
sole
yeah.
goal of reselling it. Shouldn't do that. That's not the point of this. It's not to make money. It's to go to games. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I like the move, but also at the same time, Sean and I's parents had season tickets, and sometimes it's harder to get to games and for some people than others. And I get if you want to sell it and also make a little bit of money from that. But at the same time, like our parents, if you don't think you can commit to going for at least most of the season, maybe hand your tickets out to
it,
someone who's in line and wants to actually go to the
if
games.
you
So,
can't go to like 4 games, you can only go to like two. Then yeah, maybe yeah, sell it off to somebody. Yeah.
and if it's because you don't want to see this team play, well, then maybe you should just not have season tickets in the first place. I think that's probably a good idea. So, all right, well. Let us know what you think of the Seahawks. Blue Sky at us. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll be out for a couple weeks, but we should be back with more Mariners. If there's any Seahawks news, then we'll probably cover some other sports. But until then, we'll see you next time on Washington, East to West Sports. Bring back our Sonics.